Hello, I'm Joseph Barber, and for the month of October, every few days, I'm going to be doing a horror movie review. These will be short and sweet and just a general thoughts, not really an organized, structured review. The first of these films is The Faculty, which came out in 1998 and was directed by Robert Rodriguez. It was a pretty solid effort overall, and I actually really enjoyed it. Some of the special effects have definitely dated themselves, especially the CGI, but overall, the practical effects all look good, and the general concept is quite enjoyable. It's basically a modern take on The Thing, but set in a high school rather than a remote Arctic outpost. If I had to compare it to anything else, it'd be like this movie to The Thing is as Ginger Snaps is to An American Werewolf in London, which is a decent take, and there's actually quite a few similarities between those two films in terms of cast, how they act, and even the role of a drug dealer, an older student drug dealer, as a key plot element. In terms of throwbacks to The Thing, there's also a scene which is very similar to the blood test scene and has a really good amount of tension. Overall, the film's not necessarily scary. As I said, some of the effects do still hold up and come out quite well, but there is a decent amount of tension overall. Some of the earlier scenes are quite good, and it definitely keeps you on your toes. You don't know quite what to expect. I mean, in the end, you get a fairly generic Happy Hollywood ending, which is quite different than the original, or not the original, but than the 1985 Thing. But it still reads well. And overall, it's a very 90s movie in terms of aesthetics, soundtrack, and just general structure of the film, dialogue, just the whole thing. So watching it now, it gets quite a nostalgic feeling. Overall, I'd recommend The Faculty. It's a solid film. It's not a classic. I mean, maybe it's a cult classic now, but just because of sort of the aesthetic and how nostalgia works. But overall, I would, yeah, I'd recommend it.